Hello, so today we're going to do a review of this, which is an EKOL VOLTRAN, I believe it's pronounced, Makarov, or they call it a Majarov. Now the funny thing is, I actually believe this is closer to a Walther PPK than a actual proper Makarov, but regardless, they're very similar little pocket pistols. So basically this is a blank firer and it's UK legal, and what that means is if you look just there, if I can get it in frame, it's side vents or up vents, whatever you want to call it, and basically what that means is the gas from it, it basically doesn't have a front-facing barrel. As you can see, it's got a plugged barrel. They do these in other countries, by the way, if you're watching this and you're not in the UK, with the proper front venting barrels. And I believe what they just do with there, they have like almost like a deactivated gun, like a bit of metal in the barrel. So basically the gas can vent out the front, and you can use it with other kind of blank cartridges, but you can't actually shoot a bullet from it. So anyway, this is basically their copy of a Makarov or a PPK, as I've said. It shoots 9mm PAK rounds, these sort of rounds. Different brands of it might work better than other brands, I don't know. So okay, so what I'm going to do here is show you what the inside of it looks like by stripping it, and I'm going to show you some shooting, and this is really good fun. So it has a 7-round magazine, and an actual Makarov has 8 rounds, but I believe a lot of the PPKs have 7 rounds, which again makes me think it's probably closer to a PPK clone than an actual Makarov clone. So, as I said, it takes these 9mm blanks. If I can get that in frame, there we go. So you just obviously push them into the mag like that, and it holds 7 rounds. You'll see it shooting in a minute. But yeah, so that's that. So to strip it, it's quite easy. You do it like a real PPK or a Makarov. The only annoying thing is it doesn't have quite as good a trigger guard sort of system on it as a real Makarov or PPK. So what you do is you hold it here, like that, and that disconnects the slide from the sort of lower receiver, whatever you want to call it, and then it lifts off like that. So what you have is basically, Makarovs are very simple guns and PPKs are very simple guns. You've got your lower system like this, which is pretty much the same as a real PPK or Makarov. That's all your mechanics, basically. So if you want to clean it, you take it apart like this. And you've got a big hefty spring here, that's your recoil spring. And then you've got your slide. You can already see there's actually some fouling in there from the ammunition, which is quite interesting. So I'll give that a clean in a minute before I sort of finish the video. So how this works is obviously this is your slide, and the slide itself has the actual firing pin on it. So that bit there is what the hammer hits, and that pushes a firing pin, I don't know how visible it will be on camera, through there. So basically, when you pull the trigger, the firing pin is hit by the hammer and it goes forwards, hits a cartridge, the blowback system moves this backwards like that, and it shoots. So to reassemble it, what you do, it's actually harder, as I said, than the real Makarov because of their weird system. I'll pull the hammer back because it makes it a bit easier to put back together like that. So you have your spring on the barrel like that, and you have the slide. So put the slide over like that. Pull back this bit, so it's oop, I bent the spring there, didn't want to do that. So you pull back this bit like that, and you basically do that with this bit. Oh, no, that's fired that off. I said it's quite a hefty spring in this, so let's try this again. Again, it's harder than the real Makarov because this bit doesn't just lock down like a real Makarov would. So you get your slide, pop it on like that, pull that bit back, and there we go. That's it put back together. It's quite a simple operation, but as I said, more difficult than the real Makarov because this bit doesn't lock like that, like it would on a real Makarov. And you can put this magazine in, sorry. So it's got a safety. The safety does work, but it doesn't work like a real Makarov or PPK. What the safety does on this is it basically stops the hammer moving forwards, moving the firing pin as far forwards as possible. So if you put a round in and try and shoot it with the safety on, it will put a little dent in the firing, in the primer, but not actually, you know, shoot it. So the safety, that's fire up like that. That's safe down like that. So it has a magazine hold open, so when you have the last round in it and you shot the last round, it will do that. However, as soon as you eject the magazine on this, it will actually just close the slide. So just to show you that. So you can't, it doesn't work like a hold open, you know, where you can put a new mag in and then just put it forwards and it's ready to go. But again, it's a blank firer, it's not a real gun. So yeah, this is very cool. You'll see some shooting stuff in a minute. If you're not in the UK, or you're in the UK and have a UCARA or similar, you can get these without the two-tone colouring on them. But I don't think the two-tone looks too bad on this, honestly. The dark blue is actually quite a nice colour. Because I have seen Makarovs before with a dark red kind of slide, like real Makarovs. So, you know, there's that. But as I said, this is actually closer to a PBK where the mag releases and everything than an actual Makarov. I've tried this in some of my Warsaw pack jackets, and it does fit in the proper Makarov holsters that are built into the jackets. And as I said, it's a very simple handgun to operate because it's a Makarov. It was designed, you know, for Soviet conscripts. And if you're thinking of it as a PBK, it was designed for James Bond. Well, not really, it was designed in the 1930s. Another cool fact about the Walther PPK, it was the gun Hitler committed suicide with. So the Walther PPK killed Hitler, so that's a big thing in its favour. So yeah, there we go. You'll see some shooting footage of it in a minute. I quite enjoy this. So because of YouTube's policies, I probably can't name the website I bought this from, because they have a thing with blank guns and deactivate the guns and live guns where you can't name where you got them from. But it was from an airsoft retailer that also did blank guns, but these are on loads of sites, the EKOL guns, and yeah, I'm sure if you search EKOL Makarov or Majarov, you'll find it for sale very easily, and if you're not in the UK, I'm sure you can find it, you know, in whatever market you're in. It's very well built for what it is. It's got good metal parts, you know, good plastic parts. Nothing on this feels like it will break. As I said, it's not like a 1-1 copy of a Makarov or a PPK. It's kind of a halfway house, but for a little blank fire, it's good fun. And as I said, now you'll see it shoot. So I have 7 rounds in the mag, which is its capacity. Sometimes when you've got 7 rounds in it, it tends to misfire or you know, jam or whatever, so I'll have a go at mag dumping it, but I don't know if it's going to work, because I've got my ear defenders on, so let's have a go. So anyway, let's cock it, and hopefully we've got a round in the chamber, and let's go. Let's make sure that's in frame. Yeah, it looks in frame. Right, here we go. That's good, it actually completely dumped the mag and worked, so there we go. So yeah, that's a mag dump from it, and that worked completely fine. So that's good, and as you can see, quite a bit of smoke coming from it.